Hey everybody, this is Scott Sharp with Fretboard Toolbox, and today we're going to look at 6 old-timey guitar licks in the key of G. And instead of just looking at put this finger here and slide this finger and so on, what we're going to do is we're going to see which notes each of the licks is using from the key and which notes we're using from outside of the key. So when you know the notes that you're actually using, like the 1 note, the 2 note, or the flat 3 note, when you know those kind of notes for any lick, then you can play it all up and down the fretboard when you know where those notes are. So I want to show you how I do that with my Fretboard Toolbox Complete Guitar Edition. Let's see how it works. Okay, so for this video we'll be using my Fretboard Toolbox Complete Guitar Edition, and we'll turn to page 9, which is going to be the key of G major page, and you can print this page off for free from the Toolbox website and lots of different places. But what we want to look at today is we're going to look at some various licks here, and what we're going to focus on is any notes in white boxes in my book are part of the major scale. So G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp are all part of G major scale. And then when you can see them on the fretboard, it makes a big difference because you can see which notes you're actually using in various licks. So any notes in white boxes here are going to be part of the major scale. And then the other 2 notes I'm going to be concerned with today especially are the flat 3 and flat 7 notes. B is my 3 note in the key of G, so B flat's my flat 3. F sharp is my 7 note, so F is my flat 7 note. I want to be concerned with those 2 notes because those are going to give some real flavor to the chord progression or to the lick because they're outside of the key. So what we want to do is we'll look at this sheet here that you can get from the website as well for free, and we're just these old-timey licks in the key of G. And then this is just standard tabs, so here is like the 4 string or the D string. This first lick I'm going to play open, 2, open, 2, 3, and then these notes are part of a G major chord. So just open, 2, open, 2, 3. So let's look at that part first here. And if I play open, 2, open, and then 2, 3, I'm just playing notes from the major scale. And then on this lick sheet I made up, the flat 3 and flat 7 notes get special colors because those are the notes outside of the key and they add color. So any other note you see in this lick that does not have a circle around it is part of the G major scale. So we really want to pay special attention to these colored notes because that's where the color in our sound is going to come from. So that first lick just looks like this. It was just D, E, D, B, G, just a very simple lick to start out. D, E, D, B, G. Okay, so that's just a simple lick all within the key, D, E, D, B, G. And then I just strummed some G major chords. So let's add some more color to it now. So in the second lick we're going to go 3, open, 1, 2. So let's just look at that part. That was 3 is a G note, open is an A, and then we're going to go B flat B. So that was just G is the 1 note, A is the 2 note, and then B flat B. So we're just sliding up to the B note. And if you look here, a G major chord is made of the notes G, B, and D. It's made of the 1, 3, and 5 notes out of the major scale. So when I'm sliding from a B flat to a B, I know I'm just sliding up to one of the notes that is in the key of G major. So let's listen to that one real quick. Let's just G, A, B flat, B. So G, A, B flat, there's my color note, to the B, D, E, D, G. And that looks like this here. G, A, B flat, B, D, E, D, and then up to the G, and then I just strummed a major chord. And the cool thing about it is if you know which notes you're using for a various lick, then you can play them all over. Like if I want to play that same lick, starting on this G note, I could play G, A, B flat, B, D, E, D. So that's just G, A, B flat, B, D, E, D, and then up to this G. And there's a G major chord right here. It's just G, B, and D notes. So that would look like this. Here's this G note on the 7th fret, nope, on the 5th fret here. So G, A, B flat, B, which is the same as, just played a little higher. So when I know those notes that are making the key and I know which notes are outside of the key, then I can just see sliding from B flat to B sounds cool with G chords. So anytime I want, I can slide all over the place, and I know when I hit that B flat note, I'm going to be getting a kind of cool bluesy old-timey sound. So then this third lick is just open, open, 1, 2, 3 on the low E string. So if we look down here, open, open is E, E. F is going to have some color to it. It's called a flat 7. So I'm just going E, E, F, F sharp, and then I'm going up to the next G here, the octave up. So that's just E, E, F, F sharp, G. That would sound like this. And then again, anywhere I can see E, E, F, F sharp, G, and then I can strum that same G major chord. E, E, F, F sharp, G. So it's that F that's got the tension. There's my flat 7. So 6, 6, flat 7, 7, root. Then if I want to look at this fourth lick here, here I'm starting on a flat 3 note on the 3rd string, 3rd fret, sliding 3 to 4, and then 3, 4, 3, 4. So on my fretboard jig, that would look like this: flat 3 up to 3 again, and then D, B, D, B. And remember those, so flat 3 to 3 slides me into a note that's part of the G major chord, and then I just did D, B, D. So I'm just playing around with notes that are in the chord there, but starting out on this flat 3. So B flat B, D, B, D is the first part. B flat B, D, B, D, B, and then I'm just going to go flat 3 again, the 2 note, and I'm going to kind of bend these two a little bit, and then play an open G note, and then play a G major chord. So that would look like this here. So sliding from flat 3 to 3, D, B, D, B, B flat with a little bend, A with a little bend, back to G. So on a guitar it would look like this. That's B flat B, D, B, D, B flat with a little bend, A with a little bend, G. Then if I know that that lick sounds okay, and if you play it well, then I can do that same thing here. B flat B, D, B, D, B flat, and then since I can't bend the open string, maybe I'll try to grab this one and then back to the G. So that would look like this. So that was just, again, B flat B, D, B, D. So that was B flat B, D, B, D. Oops, a little hard to play up there. And then bend the A, back to the G. So I can play those licks all over the place when I know which notes I'm using, and that's when it kind of gets fun. This fifth lick here, I'm going to go 2 open, 4 open. So let's look at that first. That's going to be on the D string. So 2 open, I'm going to go 2 open, and then 4 open. So E, D, F sharp, D. None of those are outside of the key. That's just... Okay, so E, D, F sharp, D, and then what I'm going to do is go open G, and so notice nothing's outside of the key yet. So 2 open, 4 open, G strings open, 2 open, and then I'm going to do open, 2 open, open, 1, slide to the 2, so there's where I'm getting outside of the key, and then back to the G here. Okay, so let me show you how that works. You can print that off for yourself. It's not a good way to show you, is it? So here's 2 open, 4 open, G, G, E, G, E, G, D, E, B flat, B, G. So that's a lick you hear a lot. Like it starts on a 6 note, goes 6, 5, 7, 5, and then root, root, 6, root. So again, that was just. way, so I can play it like that with the G up here, or I can play the open G on the 3rd string. But it's that B flat again that gives me the color, sliding back up to the B, which is a part of the G chord. And then the last one is a little bit of a longer one here, and I'm not gonna read off each of them for you, but notice that this one's gonna be my flat 7, my flat 3, my flat 7, my flat 3, and then I'll come back to a G major chord. So let me just show you how that would look on the toolbox here. I'm gonna go 3, 3, 1, so that 1 is outside of the key, and then open E, D, E, and I'm going to slide flat 3 up to the 3, and then I'm going to descend from there. So let me just show you how that looks. All of these take a lot of practice. I've really just started working on licks here very recently, so I don't have it all down yet. But if you have the tab to practice with, that helps. And especially if you have the tab and you know which notes are outside of the key and which are part of the key, then you can start mixing around those scales and play them all over the place. Thank you all for taking a look at that today. I hope you found something useful in there. And I don't have all those licks down yet, but I can start playing those in any key when I know, that I'm going from a 5 to a 6 to a 5 to a 3 to a 1. And it takes a lot longer to learn that way than it does to have just someone just say, play this open, play that open, play the 2nd fret, and you don't really know why you're doing it. But I promise you, when you do learn why you're doing it, then anytime somebody shows you a lick, you can see which notes are in the key, which notes are outside of the key, and what's given the lick its cool sound. So I hope you find that helpful for decoding licks, and please subscribe if you did. And check out a Toolbox for yourself if you want to see how to do this in every key. Thanks a lot.